it with your skill. I mean, and for those who haven't seen it yet, I encourage everybody to go stop what you're doing right now, hit pause, and go check out this match, because what you did was unfathomable. It hasn't been done before to Gabi, and everybody, all due respect to Gabi. Gabi Garcia has been a champion and everything for a very long time. And she's had a couple close calls lately, but nothing like this. And your match is what I've watched it more than 10 times, because it's like literally why I love jujitsu. It's made me fall in love with jujitsu a little more. I really mean that. The awesome. Way you took her back, because there's technical precision in that. And as somebody who practices jujitsu and is nowhere near your level, I at least know what I'm looking at enough to go, that's amazing. That's amazing. Can you talk about the match a little?
Oh, yeah. So ironically, after I won, me and my boyfriend were like sitting there on the mat in silence. And he was like, I just can't believe everything we worked on just worked. And then Jay Regalbuto, who was commentating, but he was also cornering me, he comes out from, they were having like the break in between, and he comes out to see us. He goes, dude, everything worked. And we were like, I know, everything worked. So the night before the match, we went just to like go over some stuff at the gym. And every technique that we did, I swear, worked in the match. It was almost like we wrote it down and gave it to a director and said, here, we're going to act this out. Amazing. And everything played out exactly how we planned it. There was like nothing that like we didn't plan for. So then that morning when I woke up, I'm like, damn, what am I doing? It was more or less that I was nervous about the weight difference. It's not that I was afraid of her. I'm afraid of the weight difference, and you know, you can end up getting hurt. And I'm like, if I get hurt and my MMA career is done, right, like, I'll be really upset.
Right. Yeah.
So that's like another reason why I think there should be a cap off for the heavyweight division. Because you're not going to see little guys going against guys that big unless it's an absolute division. Like this is supposed to be the heavyweight division. Like put a middleweight division in or something.
That's why we have absolute. I agree.
Yeah. So then I was like getting ready for the match. We walk out on the mat. And I've just been practicing like my mindset recently. Like I've been training with like an actual like person, like it's almost like sports psychology, right? Like just being grateful to be out there, just being excited to compete instead of like thinking like, oh, I have to compete. It's more or less like, oh, I cannot wait to go out and compete and showcase my skills. So I just kept that mindset. I was having fun with it, and the match did go, and I like, it's all black. It went all black. Right. Yeah. So I rewatched the match, and I had no idea that certain things happened.
Wow.
I was, oh wow, really, that happened? I'm like, I do not remember that. But I remember like at one point she kept going for like leg sweeps, foot sweeps. And she was like kicking me, and then I did like a hard collar tie on her, and she like stopped in the match and went like shook her finger at me.
Yeah, that's right.
And I looked at her, and you see me like stop and talk to her. I'm like, you kicked me, dude. Stop. Yeah. And then once I got the first back take and the first rear naked choke in, I was like always said, you know how like when you get a rear naked choke, right? Like your arm like sinks in. Mm-hmm. Like I just didn't even feel my arm sink in, so I didn't even know I had like a legit choke on her. In the match, her face is like purple, but I legit had no idea that it was even on, because I just felt like I was squeezing nothing. Like I felt like I was trying to choke a tree out.
Yeah.
And then when I lost it, I didn't panic or anything.
No, you were very composed.
Yeah. I was actually like super like laser focused the whole match. Like I didn't really let my thoughts get ahead of me. And then when she was on top of me, I understand why girls break when they get underneath her, because like it was terrible. Like the way she puts her shoulder in, she like suffocates you. Like, so you're like, one, like you're just like caught underneath someone, and then two, you're getting like your airways blocked. So I'm like, damn, now I know why girls definitely break.
You get smashed.
Yeah. So and then when I got her back on like the last time, and I looked up at the clock, I saw 8 seconds. That's when you start seeing me celebrate. Because like in my head, I just like knew I just put on like the best performance.
It was beautiful.
Plus the crowd was literally the best part. Like I don't think the crowd could have been any better. Anything that I did that was like in my favor, like I could have moved a centimeter in my favor. Like, woo. So
Well, I'm so happy for you too. The cheering started pretty early. I honestly, I mean, I can only speak from my own perspective, but that first back take was so unexpected because it was precision. You flipped that leg up and it was amazing. And then was it your tripod sweeps?
oh yeah, yep,
You kept getting them. I mean, it was just like, and Gabby's big, you know.
yeah,
I was like, to me, I was like, this is technique. This is beautiful technique. I mean, and for me, that's why I fell in love with jujitsu. Is the little person could get the big person,
yep.
and it wasn't until I started rewatching it over and over and really seeing some of the pictures that I really see the size difference. Like Gabby was so much bigger than you.
I know. She made me look like I was like 125 pounds, and I walk around at like 155, 160.
Mm.
So that's just like, it's not like I'm like a tiny girl by any means. Like,
Sure.
I'm not huge, but I'm not like
No,
tiny.
no.
You see the 115 girls, they're tiny.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's why I think she was like 270 something. Yeah, people were like 250. I'm like, dude, I don't think so. I'm like, I know someone that's 250 and like 6'2", and they are still not as big as Gabby looks.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. You just again, first off, great match. Awesome. You did really great. It was awesome. And like, you know, I'm so glad you're getting all this recognition, and it's pretty amazing.